And welcome back to the Carpool Podcast with Raspy Voice Kelly.
And Liz.
Yes, I am losing my voice. I don't know why. I feel fine. We just were away with the kids this weekend, and I think maybe they were just... I was just yelling, I guess. I don't know. I don't even think I was yelling that much. Maybe I was just talking a lot.
The day before we leave for New York,
yes,
we're supposed to film a million tours.
Yes. I mean, it doesn't bother me. Like, it doesn't hurt me to talk. Like,
It kind of hurts me to listen to you talk, I'll be honest.
And Liz and I were on a call this morning, and she didn't realize that I lost my voice, and she was like, why? She was like texting me, she's like, why are you so nervous?
Kelly, when you lose your voice kind of starts to shake a little bit, and you sound like you have, like, nerves.
Yeah, and, like, I don't have nerves, so that's weird.
Well, let's just try to rest our voice and have some tea and just, like, do your best not to talk.
Yeah, so let's start by recording the podcast episode.
Perfect.
I think that's perfect.
TikTok down.
Okay, anyway, we have a super exciting show. Talk about all the segments you love and then some. We are going to have our Millennial Word of the Day is great. We have a Blippi voice challenge as our test drive. We're doing the grade 8 of Easter candy. We have industry news that will leave you quaking. And I have car news and I have some mom news. I just have news all around. We have a great Ditch the Drive-Thru, and we're going to give an update on our book club book for the month. So, let's just get into it.
And we're filming in our brand new studio setup that I stayed up till 11 o'clock last night putting together.
Yes, it looks so good. So definitely head over to YouTube. You can find us at the Carpool on YouTube if you want to see this podcast recorded. You're missing us in our sweatpants.
And our car mom merch.
And our car mom merch, recording this podcast. But it actually does look really good, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Elizabeth painted the wall. We have a desk. We have chairs. And more things are on the horizon.
Absolutely.
So yeah, like Liz said, we leave for the New York Auto Show tomorrow at 11. We're super excited.
Yeah, so we're going during the press days, so it won't be open to the public yet, which means we will get a more private access to a lot of the new vehicles. So we have a list of cars we intend to go and tour and get to. Hopefully we're able to get to everything on our list, the number one being the Sequoia. So just keep an eye out, and then we will start uploading all of those little mini tours from the auto show.
Yes. What's also fun about the press days is that that's where the manufacturers like do their press events. So like if there's new cars to be released, that will all happen during media days. Mm-hmm. We are excited. I wasn't really excited. I was just like, oh, trip, like I don't want to leave the kids, but I'm actually really looking forward to it. It's going to be a quick one. Mm-hmm. We have one Hyundai dinner tomorrow night. Wednesday we're free, unless we get asked to do something, which I'm kind of hoping. Yeah, but either way. If not, like, catch Liz and I just strolling the streets of New York.
So crazy. And New York is not that far of a flight from St. Louis either, which is why
it's been surprising.
It's funny how, like, Missouri's right in the middle of the country, it feels like, but, like, California is 4.5 hours away.
Yeah.
And I think New York is, like, 2 hours.
So it's, like, not that big of a deal at all.
So
I just can't wait to, like, go to a New York bagel shop and be like, hey, can you bread slice it? And just,
no,
like, see
Kel,
what
have you
happens.
ever been to a New York bagel shop?
Obviously no.
It is stressful.
Really?
I went in there one time. It was just me. I was with me and my cousins went to go visit another one of our cousins, and they were all sleeping. So I was like, I'm gonna go get up.
I forgot you went there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go get a bagel, whatever. I walk into this bagel shop, and it's like you see in the movies where it's like, what do you want? Too slow. And I'm like, I don't know. Please, thank. And everyone's like, bagel unlocked. Small coffee. Small coffee.
Was that your New York accent?
I don't know, I'm New York accent.
Oh, I'm super nervous.
So it's I don't think you're gonna, they'll kick you out if you try and bread slice it.
But I'm like, so can you take it and then can you slice it like a loaf of bread instead?
Yeah, you get kicked out.
Bummer. Well, we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. So anyway, by the time this podcast comes out, we will have already gone to New York. So I guess let us know how I did.
Yeah.
I'll have to listen back to this.
Yeah, we'll give an update at one point.
So anyway, speaking of something, transitions are harder than you think. But I wanted to talk about something, and that is a spring bucket list. Okay, so I just find myself in the season of my life where life is crazy, and sometimes I think like the seasons are passing me by and I'm not even doing all the things I wanted to do during that season. So I thought, just to kind of hold myself accountable and to share with all you guys, I want to do a spring bucket list. I only have 2 on there so far. but just 2 things that I want to do this spring to like really feel like I'm embodying the season. Like they're 2 little small personal goals of mine that I want to do.
Okay, I love a goal.
So I'm calling this my spring bucket list. The first one on my spring bucket list is, I think I talked about this on the last podcast, I want to be an herb garden girly.
Yes.
I want to have, I can't sign up for like a zucchini garden or anything like that. I just don't have the headspace at the moment. But I want to have 2 pots of herbs. I've been doing a lot of research on them. So I think I'm going to share just in case anyone else wants to do this with me. But apparently like different herbs need different conditions. So like some do really well together and some don't. Mint is a really invasive kind of plant. So like she's going to be like solo. Like literally like I have my little herb garden chart all set up. Okay, so here's pot 1. Pot 1 needs moist, well-drained soil. So in pot 1, I'm going to have chives, basil, cilantro, and parsley. That's in pot 1. Pot 2, you do a little bit drier soil. And in there, I'm going to have rosemary, thyme, sage, and oregano.
Yum.
And then pot 3 is just mint. So I'm really excited about my herb garden. I feel prepared.
I'm excited too.
I feel researched. And I'm just waiting for the weather to stay a little bit more consistently warm. And then I'm going to get to planting.
Perfect.
I'm not going to do them from seedlings. I just decided like I don't want that. I just like want to buy a plant and just try to keep it alive.
Yeah.
So that's my number 1 bucket list goal for spring.
Okay.
Thriving herb garden that just really takes me into summer. And then I was like learn how to like cook with it and like do the things.
And you know what too is a lot of those herbs like mint especially you can make cocktails out of them too.
And I love that's where your head went, 100%. And you can also dry a lot of them as well, especially for like the thyme and the mint. Like I was looking up like some things on Pinterest of people drying their mint leaves for like tea in the winter. So anyway, I'm just letting you know I'm gonna be an herb girly. Like call me the herb mom. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
So that's my number 1 spring bucket list goal. My other one is slightly smaller, but still like just as important to me. I really want to make homemade salsa. More specifically though, I didn't even tell you this. I want to make peach salsa.
Oh yeah. Like a spicy sweet.
Like a spicy peach salsa. And I want to make it because I just feel like I want to have a specialty of things I bring to people. So like at Tyler's family's church, we make apple butter. And like Tyler's grandma makes homemade pickles. And like I love that like she like brings a jar wherever she goes to people. And I feel like peach salsa is something fun and different. So like I want to make it. And then I want to like try to figure out if I can like make a lot of it and can it and like give to people as gifts.
I love that.
So I think peach, but I'm not, or just maybe regular, but I think
or like
fun.
a sweet corn.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Something like that. So those are my spring bucket list goals. Do you have any?
I feel like I do. I still feel like I'm getting very settled into the house and I just hate cold weather in general. So I feel like so debilitated when it's cold outside. Like I don't want to do anything. I become more lazy. Like so that's why Dallas was honestly the perfect spot for me because I was so active because it was always a beautiful day and now I can't even take the dogs on a walk because it's raining and
you
cold
brought
right now.
this up multiple times in the podcast. Like,
well, because it's like where I'm at, and so I'm hoping that honestly I can just like reset my entire schedule and routine come the spring by taking the dogs on more walks because I used to take Tyrion on a walk every single day in Dallas. I lived right off the Katy Trail, so I'm hoping to just sort of get my day-to-day activities up. And I mean, this is boring and not relevant to anyone, but I need to paint my kitchen. That's kind of like a big one for me.
Are you guys going to paint it?
Yeah.
Or are you going to have someone else paint it?
No, I think the kitchen we're going to paint. I think the only spot we're going to try and have someone else paint is our staircase because we have carpet stairs and I just don't want to mess with that. And also there's a very tall ceiling. And so that I will for sure have someone else paint, but yeah, those are my goals as of now.
Okay, well, keep us updated.
Yeah, just maybe start a wedding diet at some point.
Yeah.
I feel like I probably should have started already.
I think you look great. I wouldn't worry about it.
Tea. That brings us to...
Well, before we go there, Elizabeth, speaking of spring.
Oh.
I'd like to give a special thanks to our sponsor for today's episode,
Oh.
Keen's Stroller Wagon. Because nothing says spring has sprung like taking your kids on more walks. And the Keen Stroller Wagon is probably the perfect thing to do that in because it is kind of a game changer. It is fun for the whole family. So the Keen stroller wagon is the original stroller wagon. They have many options, a 2-passenger and a 4-passenger. They're known for their quality, but they're also known for their value because they offer a lot of extras with the wagon. I hate an a la carte moment. Like if I buy the thing, I want all the things included. I want it, as we say in the car business, fully loaded. Well, Keen stroller wagon does that. They come with seats, canopy, snack trays, all the things you need to be an active family on the go. We have an amazing discount code here at the Carpool. You can use the code CARPOOL for $50 off any wagon at keens.us. That's KENZ.us. Code CARPOOL to save $50 on any wagon. Thank you, Keens, for sponsoring today's episode.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm getting good at that.
You are getting really good at that. That was incredible.
Thank you. And we're so grateful to have our first sponsor, like just
Like,
supporting the
such a
Carpool
solid,
mission.
such a solid sponsor too.
No, so I actually have a funny story about Keen stroller wagon. So, they sent me one, and Tyler unboxed it, and like he had the wagon, and I was like, oh my gosh, this thing's beautiful. But there was no seats. So I was like, Tyler, where are the seats? He's like, there was no seats in the box. I'm like, Tyler, they're fully loaded. Like I'm telling him the things. I was like, you accidentally threw the seats away. Like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I now have to reach out to this brand and tell them that you threw the seats away. We're going back and forth. He's like, I promise I didn't. Finally, I reach out to them. I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't have the seats.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, Kelly, we are so sorry. We used that stroller for a photo shoot and we didn't put the seats back in.
Oh my god.
So they sent me the seats.
Okay.
So it's all good, but like I was so sure that Tyler somehow threw it away, but no.
Yeah.
So they made it right. We love to see it. Well, and it wasn't even their fault. It was, they had used that one and they sent it to me.
Yeah.
Because we love to see that. Okay. So anyway, Liz, why don't you hit us with the millennial word of the day where we learn Gen Z slang so we can be less lame.
Absolutely. And today's word is tea. T-E-A.
I mean, this is one of my favorite words.
This is one of my favorite words too, and I thought everyone knew what tea was, except this weekend, I had Maddie's sisters over, and one of them, who has like 3 kids, she had no idea what I was talking about.
Oh, really?
She's like, what's tea? Yeah, that's tea. So tea is the best kind of gossip, typically shared between friends. It's a bonding tool for people of all ages. Tea is usually about someone you know, but can also be extended to random internet scandals, etc. So tea is just hot goss.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about hot gossip, you're spilling the tea. And that's where it kind of comes from. So you're sort of like spilling the information, spilling the gossip, and that's where it comes from. So anytime there's something scandalous, anytime there's some gossip, you're just like, oh, tea.
Yeah,
or I've got some hot tea for you.
Yeah, and you can add adjectives to the word tea. So you could be like, I've got some piping hot tea.
Correct.
For like if it's extra good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a word that I use, I would say daily.
Oh, I for sure use it daily.
Okay. Now, I'm really excited about today's test drive. So
yeah,
I had the idea, if your kids watch Blippi, I see you and I feel for you. I don't know what Blippi, the chokehold that Blippi has on my family is concerning because I feel like there's so many other shows that I would love George to watch, like good shows, like Paw Patrol, Bluey, that like he likes for a minute, but it always comes back to BLIPPI. And if you've noticed, and I actually like, if you follow me on Instagram, I am always keeping up with the happenings that is all things Blippi, because like he's had a big year. He's engaged. He just had a baby. They're getting married soon. A baby boy named Lachlan. Like I know a lot about him. I also, before anyone comes to read my DMs, I also know about Blippi's history. That's a conversation for a different time, different place.
I don't know anything about Blippi's history.
It's Liz.
Hot tea?
It's hot tea. You can Google it if you want, but if you don't want your day to be ruined, maybe don't do it.
What?
Anyway, he just had like he had an interesting start into fame.
Oh.
He like tried to get famous by like doing like gross things.
Okay.
And he's like apologized and like that's like not what he wants to do and he just like wants to be Blippi. And like I'm gonna take it at face value. And I'm gonna say he's just a kid like trying to be famous.
Okay.
Anyway, so Blippi is like kind of semi on paternity leave. And also he's like alluded, I follow way too much of this. He's like alluded that like Blippi is a character and can be played by anybody. And so he has this other guy come on. And the guy is amazing. Now, George knows the difference and he will frequently be like, I want real Blippi.
Really?
Oh, 100%. But I like can't believe how much the guy sounds exactly like him. They don't look alike. But I'm telling you, like, it is the exact same voice and mannerisms. So I thought today it'd be fun if Liz played me 2 Blippi clips, and I said if it was real or fake Blippi.
Yeah. So I have more than 2 actually.
Okay.
So I pulled it up a couple. So I have like an intro. I want you to try and distinguish the two between the 2 intros, and then I have a couple of just like middle of the video.
Okay, I love it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I feel like I have a lot riding on this.
Okay. So first, this is just one of the intros. So I have 2 intros. So do you want to hear them both and then guess, or?
No, I think I should guess one at a time.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be like, if you guess this one, then the next one would be.
Oh.
Like I have fake Blippi and real Blippi giving an intro.
Oh, then yeah, let me hear both, and then I'll tell you which one's
Okay. Here we go.
Hey, it's me, Blippi, and today.
Okay, you don't have to tell me right now, but I'm pretty sure that's real Blippi.
Okay. You ready?
Mm.
This is the next one.
Hey, it's me, Blippi, and today.
Yeah, that's fake Blippi.
You are correct. You are correct.
I'm so proud of myself.
Okay, now let's see if you can tell when they're just talking about toys and fruits and whatnot.
Right, no, like they do.
Look at this fruit. This fruit is really big and heavy.
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I mean, they sound shockingly similar.
Yeah, really heavy.
I'm gonna go with fake Blippi.
Okay. I'm going to play the next one.
Okay.
This is a police car.
Yeah, that's for sure real Blippi.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm ready again.
Yeah, you're ready again.
Woohoo!
Okay, are you ready for the last one?
Yeah, I know I'm going 3 for 3.
All right.
If I go 3 for 3, you have to sit through a whole Blippi episode by yourself.
No,
Okay,
I didn't agree to that.
sure.
Check it out. The steering wheel of the pirate ship.
I mean, unfortunately, I know that episode.
Okay.
So I know that's real Blippi.
Okay.
Whoa! I think you and I should do a really fun dance.
Are you trying to trick me? That's also real Blippi. That's also real Blippi.
Incorrect.
I got that one wrong.
But you did really good. I think you just thought I was playing mind games with you on that last one.
I mean, you gotta admit, like, he sounds shockingly similar.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same, like, it's the same laugh and the same mannerism. It's honestly quite impressive. So, that's that on that. So, if you're watching Blippi.
I mean, it's so smart of Blippi to start outsourcing it.
Oh my gosh, and I forgot to tell you. Blippi DM'd me the other day.
What?
Okay, well, he DM'd me back.
Oh.
Because
Okay, Blippi did not reach out to the car mom with the record show.
It's just all I need to do. And I don't know if, because I follow Blippi. I'm a freaking weirdo. I follow Blippi. I follow Stephen John, aka Blippi, and I follow his wife / fiance.
Okay.
Because I just like want to know what's happening.
Yeah, no, it's
Like I just like want to know.
interesting.
I just want to know. I'm just like I feel like I am just wanting to keep everyone up to date. Okay, so I always tag him on my stories. See?
okay.
Because I'm like giving the updates.
Yeah.
Like he's engaged. They're having a baby. Blippi's a dad. And they blew an orange heart.
Okay, so Kelly's sent Blippi about 15 messages and he hearted one of them.
No. He didn't heart it. He sent
a
He
heart.
sent me back a heart, and then I just played it cool and just hearted it.
Oh, okay.
Because I wasn't gonna be like, love you. I wasn't gonna do that, please.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Very excited. That's some tea, Cal.
thanks. I was really excited.
Okay, is it time for the Great 8?
It is time for the Great 8, where we pick a category, select 8 things in that category, and then debate them to determine a winner.
And today's Great 8 is Easter candy.
Yes, Easter candy, because Easter just happened.
Well, it's about to happen for us.
By
But
the time
at the
you're
time
listening.
that this comes out, your kids have some fresh Easter candy that you can go snag, and we're going to determine which one is the most snaggable.
That is exactly what we're going to be doing. That is exactly what we're going to be doing today, Elizabeth.
So, I feel like normally we discuss them, we haven't discussed them yet, so I think we're just like going to go through.
No, we're going to 100% go through.
Okay, so can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well I'm going to go with the obvious ones of Reese's Eggs.
Oh, wow.
So that starts off super strong.
And I feel we could almost end it there, but let's see what happens. Reese's Eggs, I mean, not only could they be the best Easter candy, they're also the best version of Reese's.
Yeah.
Like, and it's Reese's, it's not Reese's.
And why did you say Reese's?
I don't know, I didn't mean
Are you just correcting yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's the best version. I mean,
Yeah.
the trees are fine, like they do a thing, and like the pumpkins or whatever, but like there's
The eggs are
nothing
superior.
like an egg.
I agree.
I actually bought them for George and Hattie's Easter baskets, and I've eaten them all.
Yeah.
Like I put
that
them in their
happens.
Easter baskets and then slowly pulled them out over the course of a week to finish.
Well, they
them.
didn't eat them.
No, 100%. Okay, I'm gonna go with the iconic Peep.
Okay. Cadbury
Yeah.
cream eggs.
Sydney loves those.
I know.
I don't know. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Starburst jelly beans. Just a true classic.
Well, the truest classic is the chocolate bunny.
Oh, Elizabeth. I love the chocolate bunny.
Mhm.
Do you like the hollow one, or do you like the solid one?
No, I feel like the solid one is. We'll get there. The solid one I feel like is too hard to eat sometimes.
Yeah, so you just like a little hollow one. Let me think. I don't know if I have anything else.
How about the egg gum? The egg shape.
Oh,
the gum that comes in.
The
a little
gum
egg.
eggs. Yes.
Huh.
Who knows what surprises? The wonder none in time. Yummy Nestle chocolate with candy shapes and size. Oh, I wonder, 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 wonder what's in a Wonder Ball.
Oh yeah, we always got Wonderballs.
I'm putting Wonder Balls on there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's technically considered an Easter candy, but for us
Well, now it is.
it was. We always got Wonderballs. Do they still make Wonderballs?
I pray they do. I'm gonna look it up right now.
I'm thinking like, the just like mine's been very chocolate heavy, but just like the chocolate that comes in the egg. It's just
Oh yeah,
a
like
piece
a
of
Hershey's chocolate that's in like the pastel foil eggs.
Yeah.
Okay. Chocolate eggs. I think that's fine. Okay, so that brings here's our grade 8 in the category. Reese's Eggs, Peeps, Cadbury Cream Eggs, Starburst Jelly Beans, Chocolate Bunny, Gum Eggs, I believe they're called Robin Eggs, Wonder Balls, and Chocolate Eggs.
Perfect.
Okay, now I'm gonna pair them up, and we're gonna start with, we're gonna do the egg head to head. So let's do a Reese's Eggs versus chocolate eggs.
Well, obviously Reese's Eggs.
I know, but you know what? We have to have a first round for a reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, the chocolate eggs are good in a very much they're the last thing I'd want to eat sort of way. And the Reese's Eggs are good in a very much they're the first thing I'll eat sort of way.
The chocolate eggs, they're an egg stuffer.
100%.
They're a plastic
Well,
egg
and
stuffer.
I think the problem is like there's not a ton of good candies that can fit inside the eggs.
Yeah.
So like you have to do that because you can't fit a Reese's Eggs inside an egg.
Yeah.
You know what I did this year is I bought George Mini dinosaurs off Amazon for the eggs.
Oh.
Because like I think for his age,
Yeah.
and here's the thing, like that's more fun for him because I'm only gonna let him have like 3 pieces of candy anyway.
Right.
So like you can find as many as you want, my dude. You get 3.
Yeah.
So what's it really matter? You have as many dinosaurs as you want them.
Right.
That was kind of my reasoning.
I like that.
Okay, let's do the next round with 2 straight classics: Peeps versus Cadbury Cream Eggs. And these are 2 controversial ones.
I'm not a Peep girl myself per se, so I'm gonna go Cadbury cream eggs.
I'm more of a Peep girl than you, but I'm not a Peep stan by any stretch of the imagination.
Like,
So I'm fine with Cadbury doing it
Yeah.
personally, but
I feel like that's one of the few, actually, like, because you can buy them. Like, I will probably go and buy like a Cadbury, singular Cadbury egg, because I don't have Easter baskets to
spring
fill.
bucket list.
There you go.
Spring bucket list.
I don't have Easter baskets to fill, so it would be straight up irresponsible of me to buy an entire bag of Reese's eggs because I would eat them all.
Okay, do you want me to make you an Easter basket?
No, I don't want to use.
You know Mom's making Cindy and Gracie one?
That's cute. Well,
Bananas.
they're in college, Kelly.
I got it. Here. Here.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of Peeps, though, we thought we'd share. You guys really liked our family tradition that we shared.
Oh, okay.
With the string. So we have another, because Peeps is on her way out right now. We have another family tradition that we do because our mom loves Peeps.
And no one else does.
No,
you do, but no one else
I
in the
will
family
eat
does.
them, but I would choose a Cadbury cream above. And so anyway, every year we would get a Peep in our Easter basket. and then we would have what's called a peep Reese.
So we would all, in our each different Easter baskets, we'd all get a different color or shape peep. So whether it be the ducks or it be the bunnies, and then we'd all have a different color. Well, none of us would eat them. So we did what we called peep Reeses, and we would each put our different color peep in the toilet, and then we would flush them down the toilet. And it was the first one or the last one, just standing one?
I don't remember.
I don't remember
I
either.
think
but
it was the first one.
It must have been, okay, so maybe it was the first one to make it down the toilet bowl was the winner of the peep Reeses.
We did it every single year.
And it was so much fun.
No, and it would get, yeah. So if you're looking for something to do this Easter morning after you do your little string hunt, well, I guess Easter's over. So with your leftover peeps, have the peep race.
Yeah.
Flush them down the toilet.
It's
don't
all
ask.
fun.
We're not plumbers, so don't ask us the repercussions.
Yeah.
But our dad let us do it, so I feel like it couldn't be that bad.
Nothing dire ever happened.
No. Looking back, I think it's fine.
I agree.
Because, like, what's a peep versus
Right.
versus some
Right.
You get it.
Right.
Okay, next, let's do Starburst jelly beans versus a chocolate bunny.
Now, this is actually a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one. I'm still just like, if it's chocolate, it's a Reese's for. Oh my gosh.
I know, you're like, it's Reese's, not Reese's. Yeah, you're like.
I'm still like, if
conforming.
it's chocolate, it's a Reese's.
Well.
So I'm leaning towards Starburst jelly beans, but I'll also say I bought some Starburst jelly beans recently and kept them at my house and didn't find myself finishing them because I just like wasn't that into it. Never mind.
What?
I forgot my one of my favorite Easter candies.
What is it?
The colorful Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, no. That one no plastic. No. Here's my thing. The chocolate bunny's iconic. And as a child growing up, chocolate bunny was your favorite. Everyone loved the chocolate bunny.
As a kid, because it's like, haha, I ate his ears, or Mom, look, I ate his butt.
I ate his face.
That's very kitty butt.
I think it should be I think the chocolate bunnies move forward because they're just more iconic.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Okay, next we have gum eggs versus a Wonderball. So we don't know. I feel like not everyone has a Wonderball, but like that. I'm sorry, this is our podcast, and I will fight for Wonderballs.
Do they make Wonderballs anymore? Did we already talk
I'm
about
literally
this?
Googling as we speak.
So Wonderballs,
They do. Oh my gosh.
Wonderballs are balls of chocolate filled with other candies and or like toys.
It goes. You guys have heard the song. Oh, I wonder.
No, we heard it because you already sang it.
Oh yeah.
So you don't need to do that
They're
again.
in stock. No exaggeration. You can buy them for $3 at Party City.
Wow. We did love a Wonderball. I mean, the candy on the inside and the outside was not good by any stretch of the imagination.
I remember it being amazing, Elizabeth.
But it's the nostalgia for me.
We had a Wonderball in every single Easter basket.
Okay, so I sound like you want to go Wonderball.
Yeah, because gum eggs, again, that's like, hey Mom, do you want this candy? Like, that would be the first thing to go on a pick for pick.
Okay.
So, that's
Pick
where.
for pick, by the way. I feel like this is another some sort of tradition we have to explain. After Halloween, more specifically, sometimes Easter, we would all sit in a circle and put our candy loot in front of each other, and we would say like, "Hey, I'll trade you my bunny for 5 of your Reese's eggs," and then you do pick for pick, trade for trade. So
I can buy 10 Wonderballs for $37. Should I do it?
Yeah, but that'd be a good test drive.
Well, they're all the same though.
Okay. So, what? Wonderballs are moving on.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, our final four: Reese's Eggs, Cadbury Cream Eggs, Chocolate Bunny, and Wonderballs. It's the chocolate show. Let's start with Wonderballs versus the Chocolate Bunny.
I think the chocolate bunny is more tasty than a Wonderball, but they both give me the same amount of like excitement.
I would also just, maybe I'm wrong, but I'd like to see the Chocolate Bunny do more. Like, do they come in a cookies and cream
They
version?
do, of course they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm fine with that. I think Chocolate Bunny moves forward. I like variety.
Chocolate bunny. I think they even have like a Reese's chocolate bunny. Like chocolate bunny is
Like
so
they're doing the
versatile.
Okay. And then next we have Reese's Eggs versus Cadbury Cream Eggs. I think it's obviously going to be Reese's. And then that brings us to our final two of the great eight of Easter candy is Reese's Eggs versus Chocolate Bunny. It's tough.
If I were a child,
Chocolate Bunny.
as an adult with a more fine-tuned palate, it's obviously a Reese's egg.
Yeah, but I do wonder, like, the fun factor plays, I think, a big role.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say I want to say Chocolate Bunny.
I want Chocolate Bunny to win. I feel like she deserves it. I feel like she's been like absolutely caring. Like she ran or she walked so the Reese's egg could run.
You're right, because it was I'm assuming it was the original.
She paved the way.
Okay, that's going to make Chocolate Bunny our winner. Winner, chicken dinner. And don't forget to do your peep braces. If you do it, tag us on Instagram at the Carpool or the Car Mom.
I'm dying to see.
I need to get them for George and Hattie.
Yeah.
Because we need to do it. George will think that's hilarious.
I know he really will.
Except I do wonder the precedent it will set, because like we don't put other things in the toilet and flush it.
Yeah, maybe you have to wait till he's just like a little bit older.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Next, we're going to go on to our industry news topic.
Okay.
So industry news, as always, is here to leave you quaking. Do you want the mom news first, or do you want the car news first?
I kind of want the mom news.
Okay. Well, it's not great, but it's just really a story I wanted to talk about. If anyone has any good like mom/parenting stories and you want to send them for industry news, let me know. But did you know that Kylie Jenner decided to rename her baby?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have an update. Kylie Jenner explains why she's still not ready to announce the son's new name. So if you missed it, Kylie Jenner had her baby boy, congratulations, and named him Wolf. And then we still haven't seen a picture of the baby. And then a few weeks later, she posted on Instagram, just like a random Instagram slide, and was like, hey, just FYI, our son's name is no longer Wolf. It just didn't feel right. And then we haven't heard what the new name is. So she says, we haven't fully legally changed it or anything, so I don't want to announce a new name and change it again.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, who welcomed their son with Travis Scott on February 2nd, added, so yeah, we're just not ready to share our name yet.
So how do you feel about her naming the baby and then changing the name?
Well, I think it's something that we should normalize.
I agree.
Because I think there are a lot of parents who, it's really hard to name a baby. It's really hard to name a baby. And for me, I think like George was always going to be George and Hattie was always going to be Hattie. And I think it just like worked out that I feel like George is such a George. I feel like Hattie is such a Hattie. But like the next baby, I have a few names that I like. So I'll probably not name the baby until I meet the baby. And we had other names for George and then we had another name for Hattie, but those were the front runners.
Yeah.
But like if George came out and I really didn't think he looked like a George, I would have named him something different.
Yeah.
So I think it should be normalized.
There's like so much pressure to be like Jenner, Kardashian, and name your child. Like it's such a thing. So I'm okay with it, and honestly, like I'm happy there's no longer a Wolf Scott.
Webster.
Oh, Wolf Webster. Yeah, I thought he was gonna name him Sunny.
I know, that'd be funny. We'll see.
Sunny and Stormy.
We shall see. But yeah, so that was my little mom news of the day. I had something else I was gonna say, but now, like for example, there's some times where I'm not gonna say I regret Hattie's name, but there are some days where I'm like, should I have named her Harriet? Or should I have just named her Hattie? Because when she was a baby, I called her Harriet sometimes.
I never call her Harriet.
I never call her Harriet anymore. And we just call her Hattie.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it's funny because I always loved the name Hattie, and I never loved the name Harriet.
I also think normalizing just naming your child the nickname that you want to name them is okay. You felt social pressure to name her Harriet.
Because everyone's always like, what's it long for?
Yeah.
Or what's it short for? What's it short for? People ask me, what's Kelly short for? Freaking Kelly.
Kelly's Kelly.
I know. Normalize just naming your kid the nickname.
What you want to name.
So I'm not going to regret Harriet's name because...
You can't live like that.
Because I can't live like that, but I don't know if I would... I think if I did it again, I would just name her Hattie.
Wow.
That's kind of bold of me to say.
That is bold of you to say. We'll see.
Okay, so anyway, that was my mom industry news. Now we're going to move on to our automotive industry news. And they are going to leave you quaking. I have quite a few, and I kind of want to get through them kind of fast. The first is, I said last time that Elon Musk bought 9.2 shares in Twitter, and now he was going to be on the board. He said no to a board seat. Doesn't want to do it.
Okay.
Don't know what that means. Just wanted to tell everyone.
Okay.
He just was like, no, I don't want to be on the board. But he still owns the most of it. So it's a little bit confusing. Okay. The two stories I want to talk about are, I have the latest numbers on the microchip shortage. I have two updates on that front. So the global microchip shortage is still happening, and actually recently today an article came out that said the Volkswagen CFO says this will fester into 2024. It ain't going nowhere.
Dang.
And then I thought this was an interesting article as well. In a new production forecast, AFS the Auto Forecast Solutions, added about 98,000 vehicles to its global tally of vehicles that have been removed from automakers' production schedules this year. About 1.4 million vehicles have been axed so far in 2022, on the top of the 10.5 million vehicles lost during 2021. 10.5 million vehicles lost across the world in 2021.
Oh my gosh.
And then here's the breakdown. So in North America, the 2022 projected cars is right over 500,000, and year to date we have 34,000 or 341,000. So that is a lot less cars than we've had in the previous years. So all that to say is microchip shortage is not getting better.
Respectfully, that's not news.
Well,
it's not news.
No, it's not news, but it is interesting to hear Volkswagen be the first one to come out and say it's going to fester into 2024, which I honestly appreciate the transparency, because I've been pretty vocal. I've been pretty vocal and frustrated at the manufacturers for, I think, leaving their customers and their dealerships in the dark and kind of giving false hope. So I think that Volkswagen is the first one to say this. I would imagine Volkswagen's a huge corporate, like they're a huge brand. Like if they're not getting the chips, like no one else is getting the chips either.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
And Volkswagen, from what I had read, Volkswagen was actually like, they handled the chip shortage better than a lot of the other brands out there did. Like Toyota and the American brands, like they just did not, they were not as prepared for this as the German and the Korean brands. Like, so anyway, all that to be said, it's still happening. My advice is do not wait for it to be over, because I think it's going to be a long time, and at the end of it, I don't know how much better it's really going to be. I don't think we're ever going to go back to the prices we were at before.
That's so crazy.
It's crazy. Okay, and the last industry news I have is, this is good news for people who have older trades. It's a opinion piece. Oh, I don't know if it's an opinion piece, but it's just an interesting perspective. How high mileage vehicles turn into sales for car dealers. So, this is an article basically about how cars that dealerships used to send to auction or to the wholesale market, they are now retailing because there is a market for higher mileage vehicles. Before the pandemic and the shortage of cars happened, anything over 150,000 miles we really didn't touch. But the way the market is now, it made this stretch a little, Silvano says. Those super high mileage vehicles went directly to auction before the pandemic. But now they are selling them. So this was an example of a Buick GMC dealership in Highland, Michigan, west of Detroit. They recently sold a 2013 GMC Acadia with 270,000 miles.
Wow.
The Carfax report on the owner was a one-owner crossover, and they asked, do you want to guess how much they asked for it?
No.
$10,000.
Wow.
For a car with, I mean, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
For a car with 270,000 miles on it. So I think the good news is, if you have a higher mileage trade that you didn't think was worth anything, or you think the dealership wouldn't take, you have leverage and you have negotiation power, and you should be using it. You should be using it to its fullest. So yeah, that was my industry news for the day.
I love that. Thanks, Cal.
I do have. Do you want to hear what's coming up at what they're showing at New York?
Sure.
Okay, so there's a few things being revealed at the New York Auto Show for the first time in about 2.5 years. And here's what it is. We talked about this a couple of episodes ago, but Dios Automobiles, the Austrian startup, will debut its hypercar.
Oh, Maddie listened to our episode, and he came down and told me what it was. We were pronouncing
and then he came. I know. He told me too.
Deus.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong.
Anyway, Dios Automobiles. They're going to be there. Can't wait. Hyundai will reveal the freshened 2023 Palisade with a large crossover and a wider grille. The large crossover features a wider cascading grille, updated front and rear fascia, and new headlight design. Cannot wait to see it.
Cannot wait.
Kia will show the redesigned Niro, which is their subcompact crossover. They will also debut a freshened version of the widely popular Telluride. Nissan will debut an outdoorsy version of the redesigned Pathfinder. And VinFast is a Vietnamese automaker, and they will display 3 upcoming electric crossovers, the VF7, the VF8, and the VF9. So that's what there is to see. That's what will be debuted at the New York Auto Show.
I'm so excited.
Me too. I cannot wait to see the new Palisade. That's what I'm most excited for. And to see what Deos has to offer.
Either
way.
Yeah. Well, we will for sure give the updates once we come back, and we'll talk about what we're excited to see, what was underwhelming, and just give any updates that the brands want everyone to know.
100%.
Okay, so Kel, now it's time for our Dish the Drive-Thru, and we have a very special Dish the Drive-Thru because we revealed our voicemail last week, and we got quite a few callers with ideas for Dish the Drive-Thru. So we did go ahead and pick one very special one that we both had thoughts on. And so I'm just going to play it, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to remind everyone the phone number is 959-CARPOOL. That's 959-CARPOOL. If you want to call in, leave a Dish the Drive-Thru, or just tell us anything else. We'd love to hear it. Thank you so much for the people who did call. We will get through these in the next couple of weeks because we just had, I think, about 18 people.
Yeah, we had about 18.
So that's so exciting. And they're really good.
Oh my gosh, I was sitting there listening to them all. My mouth was watering.
Okay, so who's
So,
this from?
This is from Lindsay.
Hi, this is Lindsay from Houston, Texas. I have a Dish the Drive-Thru, 3 ingredients. It is called chicken pesto pasta. So you need chicken breast or chicken tenders, a jar of pesto sauce, and a box of your favorite pasta. It could be shortcut, long cut, whatever you have in the pantry. Take your chicken, put it with a little oil in a pan. You're going to cut it up into small bite-sized pieces, let it cook all up. Then you're going to toss that with a little bit of your pesto sauce, all while your noodles are boiling. When the noodles are done boiling, you just drain them, add a little pesto to your pasta, throw in your diced pesto chicken, and you have chicken pesto pasta. Have a great day, ladies. Love you guys.
Lindsay, love you too. Thank you for those incredibly clear instructions.
No, incredibly clear.
Like she got straight to the point, which is what we need in a Dish Drive-Thru. Because I do not have time to like read the novel before a recipe and then read the ingredients and then figure out how to make the recipe.
I know. There is something, I'll try to do a little research. There's something very interesting about why recipes do that. I think it's because, someone told me this one time, because you can't copyright a recipe, but you can copyright a story. So you have to like write the story, so then like the recipe can be copyrighted, and it's probably the ad revenue on their websites.
Ad revenue. I saw this meme one time that was like you could admit to committing murder in the pre-story before a recipe, and you would never be caught.
100%.
So anyway, my thoughts on Lindsay's recipe, the pesto chicken pasta. Gee, like so good.
I'm inspired, and it was sitting right in front of us the whole time. I freaking love pesto. I love pesto.
You make a really good pesto.
I make great homemade pesto, and we've seen it on sweet potatoes, my favorite food.
So good.
Or I'll put it on my avocado toast sometimes. But like the fact that I've never just like put it together with chicken, you add a little parm.
I mean, you feel
throw veggies if you're feeling it.
You feel like so elevated. It's like a classier spaghetti. It's just as easy as spaghetti.
It's just as easy as spaghetti. And like we need pasta. We need more simple pasta dishes in our life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually following, I talk about her a lot, but I love Naptime Kitchen. If you're not following Naptime Kitchen on Instagram, she's a good follow. And I think every Monday she makes pasta.
Oh.
So it's just like but like how simple is that for your meal plan? Like I can't commit to being like, this is what I'm making. But on Monday she does pasta. So she finds some sorts of nice pasta sauce. Like from Trader Joe's or like wherever. And it's pasta on Mondays. Yeah. And I'm like, that is such a good idea. And like, this is such an easy one to put into your rotation.
And such good leftovers. Like, those are leftovers you're excited about.
And I love a recipe where you can do the most or do the least. Yeah. So like, do the most. Bake some chicken breasts. Make homemade pesto. Or do the least and get a rotisserie chicken and jarred pesto. Like, I love being at two ends of the spectrum.
I totally agree. So, I'm very excited about that. Thank you for reminding us that pesto exists.
And I feel like pesto is such a good gateway to get your kids to eat other green vegetables. Like, if they trust pasta pesto, like, next thing you know, they're eating green beans. Like, that's just where I feel like they're similar.
Yeah. Also, just like such a good spring meal. It's nice and light, nice and fresh.
Spring bucket list.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
So thank you, Lindsay. And again, if you have any Ditch the Drive-Thrus, please feel free to give us a call and leave a voicemail at 959 Carpool.
And we'll still bring some Ditch the Drive-Thrus to the table when we have them. Because I have been doing a fridge clean out this week.
Yeah.
But it's just been so uninspired. Here's my Ditch the Drive. Oh, I said it last time. Hot dogs. I'm still not over how great hot dogs are to feed my family.
You're talking about them for 2 weeks in a row, so.
I know. I'm really excited about them still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to wrap up by, I just want to give a quick little update on our book.
Oh, yeah.
Our book club.
How to Stop Time by Matt Haig is the book we are reading/listening to.
And we heard your feedback, and next time we will definitely make the book club or the book recap its own episode.
Yeah.
So you can easily go back and find it when you finish it, because that's the great part. Like, start it whenever.
Yeah.
Like, it ends with us.
The recap will be waiting for you.
The recap will be waiting for you. And I think that's just like what we need. And that's why I just like, you'd finish the book and you didn't have anyone to talk to about it. So
Yeah.
we were happy to provide that service. So now we've both started How to Stop Time. I actually really like it so far.
Yeah, I think it brings up a lot of like interesting perspectives and
Yes.
points.
I
It's
agree.
like, oh,
And it's a little bit of a love story, but it's from a man's perspective,
yeah.
which is kind of fun and different just to hear, like, you know, his perspective on love versus like a woman's perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see.
I think it's thought-provoking.
I'm enjoying it. I'm not craving to listen to it like I have with other books, I will say. But I am enjoying it when I'm, you know, painting a room in my house. Like I put it on the background or when I'm walking or driving. So,
You're really selling it.
well, I'm being honest.
I've heard it's affordable though. I've gotten people saying that they found it on Apple Books. I don't even know what that is. For $2.99. Some people find it on their Kindle app for super cheap.
Yeah.
It's on Libby, the library app. So it's an easy book to find.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get a lot of good listening in.
How to Stop Time by Matt Haig.
That is our book, and that is our show. What a great show! Star-studded, jam-packed.
Jam-packed and full of tea. Not really, but just trying to use our word.
And do you have any tea?
I think that there's kind of tea with Kim Kardashian sort of like formally putting Pete Davidson on her Instagram.
I know.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, I am a Kardashian stan. I'm gonna be honest, and like, I follow a lot of people who really like the Kardashians too. So like, the Morning Toast loves them. Not Skinny but Not Fat loves them. And I just do think that sometimes they don't always get they don't always get recognized for some of their accomplishments. Like, they are good businesswomen,
Yeah.
and I admire that.
Yeah. But how do you feel about Pete Davidson?
Oh, don't understand it.
I don't understand either.
And he's so young. He's younger than me. He's 27.
Yeah.
And she's like in her 40s, which I just can't believe he's so young. Because I feel like he's
don't
been
know.
around for forever. Like, when did he become famous?
I don't know.
How do you feel?
I don't know. At first, I kind of like thought it could be like a PR thing because just like they're both so big, and I wouldn't really think they would go together. But I don't know. A lot of the ladies like Pete, so I guess I don't really have much of an opinion on it. If you're happy, I'm happy. I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, that's the only tea that came to mind.
Any other tea?
Don't make that noise.
Sorry. Any other tea? I don't think so.
All right.
Okay, guys, so thank you so much for listening to the Carpool Podcast. Please hit a subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Tell us what you're loving. Head over to the Carpool on Instagram, where we have a lot more fun content there. And you can also watch us on YouTube. So feel free to subscribe over at YouTube. And
We'll talk to you next time.
see ya!